Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the sake of this video, we're going to be discussing the 1990 TV movie It, starring John Ritter, Harry Anderson, Anna O'Toole, Tim Reed, and of course the reason why I'm even going to be reviewing this movie, even though I'm not the biggest Stephen King fan, is because of the fact that of course the recent remake, the 2017, or the first part came out in 2017 in the movies. And of course, recently, was called Chapter 2 recently came out, and so far in the first 2 weeks became a big hit in the box office. So I figured what could be more appropriate to discuss the original TV movie, which aired in 1990 on ABC. Of course, this movie was a reigning success. And I always thought over the years, because since I'm not a big Stephen King fan, and I watched a little bit of it originally when it aired on television, because my mother and sister were big Stephen King fans, so I watched a little bit of it, and I always thought it was a two-part miniseries. Remember, I looked up on Wikipedia, that was before I started recording this video, and it was actually an 8-hour, 4-part miniseries. But recently, the Sci-Fi Channel, in conjunction of the release of It Chapter 2, they aired the whole thing, and it was like just over 4 hours. The whole thing. So I always thought it was, a 4-part a 2-hour, or should I say a 4-hour, 2-part miniseries. But as a film, I think it was and it is one of the more, and I haven't read the original book, but I've always been told it's one of the most faithful adaptations of a Stephen King novel, and it is still to this day one of the most popular Stephen King novels that ever came out. And of course, this also was a movie where a lot of people get freaked out by clowns. People won't watch this thing because they got freaked out because of the fear of clowns. Of course, this movie is about, of course, back in the 1960s, there was a group of 7 friends who called themselves the Losers Club, because the bullies in town called them a bunch of losers because they were a bunch of misfits, these 7 kids. They either come from abusive homes or broken up homes or whatever. And one of the kids, his brother was killed by Pennywise the clown. Because it's brought up during the film that about every 30 years, Pennywise comes back to town to feed on the kids in the town. Because it turns out that Pennywise is actually this big gigantic spider who's as big as any science fiction. It's kind of like a B movie creature, like a movie Tarantula. It was a B movie back in the 50s. That's about how big Pennywise is. In his real form, which is a giant spider. And so, every 30 years he comes back to kill kids. It's easier to trap them and to trick them and to, feed on their blood and stuff. Well, these 7 kids were able to temporarily defeat him, and they thought by hitting him with like a silver earrings or something, was able to stop the clown. Well, they found out 30 years later, because Tim Reed's character was the only one who stayed in the town. Everybody else just left, and he was the only one who stayed. And he found out that the killings of or the missing children thing was happening again, and knew there was Pennywise again. So he calls up all his old friends, and they come back, and over the course of the whole miniseries, they do eventually track down It, and they destroy Pennywise. Which is one of the confusing things as I was watching this thing, because sometimes they call It by his actual name, which was Pennywise the Clown, which was a clown that It took the form of when he first came to town, and in the small town in Maine, to kill kids. There was his original form, I guess, was Pennywise the Clown, or the name he took, and then, but then the rest most of the time in the movie, like 9 times out of 10, they will call Pennywise it. Or it is back, or we gotta kill it, or we're gonna get even with it, or whatever. Then they call him Pennywise. At times they call him Pennywise, and at times they call him it. So there's a little confusing. I guess I have to keep the name It going because it's obviously the title of the not only the book but the movie. So they eventually did get into the lair. It was in the old sewer system of the town, and they do defeat the creature. They did end up killing Pennywise at the end of the film and rescuing the people who were still trapped, and one of them having to be the wife of one of the characters, who was played by Olivia Hussey in the film. And unfortunately, she was all so freaked out that it took a long time, and then eventually she returned to normal at the very last scene in the film. And the narrator, Tim Reed, was a narrator on this film, when his character was. And of course, he mentioned how everybody came out to be okay at the end of this film. Even though I think about maybe three of them ended up dying in this film, including one of them when Tim Reed started to call the friends there. Richard Mesa was one of the friends, ended up killing himself because of the trauma he received from Pennywise the Clown. And there was a lot of freaky shit that Pennywise was doing as a scared the shit, and blood coming out of drains and sinks, and blood coming all over the popping up in areas that shouldn't come from. And it was, the special effects were pretty cool and pretty creepy at the time. There was times where Pennywise would show up. You didn't expect him to show up, but he would show up somewhere. And I should mention that Tim Curry played Pennywise, and he was great. And I think he might win an Emmy for his performance. An actor in a miniseries, Emmy, for his performance in this thing, because he was really, really, really terrific and really over the top, and he was great. And because watching this stuff, people who were afraid of clowns watch this. The movie It, and the book, and the TV movie, of course, the current movie now, really pushes that fear that people have of clowns. Me, I never had that fear of clowns, but a lot of people have. And I think it's because from the book It, and of course the original TV movie, which is on DVD now, and of course the original, and now the theatrical version now. And this is really the first really successful Stephen King movie that came out in the movie theaters in a long time, because most of his movies, I have to say they suck. I mean, I've seen Silver Bullet, it was about a werewolf. I've seen Cujo, which I thought was terrible. At least the ones I've seen were terrible. I think the last really good one was like Misery, or the original Pet Sematary film. Other than that, those were really the only two. We can see The Shining, but I heard that The Shining, they changed a lot from the books and the movie. I have never seen The Shining, so I can't, really do a review on that because I haven't really seen it. But except for The Shining, Misery, and Pet Sematary, those really the only three good movies that ever came out from. It's based on a Stephen King novel. Other than my possible exception of It. That's it. All the other movies that's based on a Stephen King novel, they usually suck, or terrible, or over the top, or not that scary, but It still stands out because of Tim Curry's performance in this film. And also, of course, you have two actors from the 80s who since passed away who starring the thing. That's John Ritter. It's funny to see him with a beard in this movie, and of course, from Three's Company. And of course, he had Harry Anderson from Night Court in this film. And of course, to see Annette O'Toole in this thing, she was hot. From, of course, Superman 3, and of course, the Smallville television series back in the day. But I still recommend to see the original version first before you see either one of the two parts. Chapter 1 or what is really called Chapter 1. But the 2017 version of It, and of course, the 2019 version of It Chapter 2. See the original TV movie first before you see the remake. So let me review of the movie It, or should I say TV movie It. Please click on the video, please rate it, please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video to your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews on my YouTube channel, RowdyC.com, so WDY&C.com. The homepage is Rowdy Review of Christy Moore, and please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.